This show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/funhaus.
Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure we're live. I never really know. We're playing GTA today. You guys ready to play some GTA?
I'm here.
Great.
What are we doing? What are we playing?
This is just a race.
Okay.
It's pretty standard race. It's not a tricky race, you know, just standard stuff. It is in Spanish, so I don't know what the title means or the description. Maybe French even. I don't know.
I gotta be honest, I hate racing.
Well, you're gonna have to learn to love it.
Ah, shit.
Wait a minute. You guys look like you picked way faster cars than I did. Hold on a minute.
I did just pick the fastest looking car, yes.
Hold on. Mine has a suitcase plowed into the back of it.
What are you? The Joker mobile?
No. After Suicide Squad, we know that the Joker mobile looks more like what you're driving.
Okay, Lindsay, I wanted to bet on you.
I never miss a turn. I'm in first place in my joke car.
It actually does say you're in
shit,
first
that's
place. You weren't
sneaky.
lying.
I am.
assume that
I'm
was
telling
Goose.
you. It's because
And-
you guys go too fast. I'm like the tortoise.
Honestly, yeah, maybe I am going too fast.
Well, I'm lost, so I disagree. Go less
This car
fast.
kind of just sucks.
Do you guys like in Suicide Squad how Joker drives
Yes.
a Lamborghini and you're like, is he one of those people that rents that for a week? Because like I feel like he would have a hard time buying one. Honestly, I honestly.
Is he
feel
like 1%? Do you think he's a Republican?
That's a good question. Is Joker GOP?
Otherwise, I would say definitely independent party. Like he doesn't vote.
Yeah, well, even that, it might be too radical for him. Suicide Squad Joker is more like he would vote for a third party like Ross Perot, even though he has no chance.
Yeah,
He's like,
sure.
ain't I crazy? But he
He's
tells
Green
you.
Party.
Because he finds it funny.
He's Green Party.
Yeah. He's like, Ralph Nader's going to really change things around here. You're like, no, he's not. He's like, I know.
Yeah.
You're like, damn it, that was lame, Joker.
Well, he probably donates equally to both parties. That was rude. That was rude what you did there.
See you never, fake Joker.
You know how exposed my wheels are, Adam, that you would crash into them with such reckless abandon.
That was rude.
Oh, what are you doing back here?
I'm just
Me?
taking it slow and steady. I'm gonna land on your landing. I don't think that I've necessarily missed a turn, but everyone keeps passing me anyway.
I feel like what happened there then, James?
That guy
no.
was targeted.
Lindsay.
Let me finish this race so I can tell you. A
Yeah.
dickie is, it's just a front of a shirt, but it's like cut out, right?
What? So it's just a
Because
little tiny
it's-
bit of fabric.
Because it's the 1920s and everyone smells like asshole. So you wear as little clothing, but you make it look like you're wearing as much clothing as humanly possible.
What makes you assume people smelled like asshole in the 1920s? They had baths then, Adam.
But they
Bathhouses are
didn't
pretty
do it
old.
that often. I'm pretty sure people smelled like shit until like 1986.
Basically, yes.
1986 was the first year where I would say
People
the
decided to shower
majority
daily?
the majority of, let's say, the Western world didn't smell like garbage all the time.
That's an interesting take.
My mom ruined the movie Moulin Rouge for me. Because it's a wonderful, beautiful movie. The first time Nicole Kidman comes out, I remember my mom going, better vag smells. It's like,
What?
Adam was only 8 years old.
yeah, I was a young boy.
There is like a certain vibe about certain people that give you the impression that they probably smell bad. Certain vibe about certain people that give you the impression that they probably smell bad. This is not the car I selected.
This is 100% the car I selected.
I've got a fancy car now.
I'm gonna win with a garbage car. Yeah, anyway, we go.
Son of a bitch.
Come on, penis
Not
car.
enough par- Oh, I forgot that I put traffic on. That's so bad. Shit.
Adam, you know what my car reminds me of?
Ace and Gary.
Yes. Oh, wow, yeah. Did
Ambiguously
the
gave it a duo.
did look like a cock. It actually looks a lot like the car the Shadow drives,
Oh, even better.
or worse. It's so much faster than me.
It's all engine.
How are you losing to a Dick Tracy villain right now? The Shadow knows which turn to make. It's left.
Oh,
I'm sorry I hit you, Lindsay. That was
yeah.
that was a coincidental collision, and I am sorry, but I can't exchange insurance information because I'm high on cocaine.
I'm 100% stuck between a tree and a building and underneath a light post.
Excellent. I love you see people smoking with a mask like around their neck. You're like, I don't want any respiratory illnesses, but I better pull my mask down so I can smoke.
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures of the.
Oh,
yeah, that's the one I was just going to talk about, where he's got like the cigarette hanging out the side of his mask.
Yeah, it's amazing.
My family's currently planning a heist for my grandma because she lives in the southern part of Australia. I think it's occasionally snows where she is, so she comes to visit my mom in winter, because obviously it's winter there, because it's too hot where she is in the summer. So they're trying to like go across 3 states and do an exchange of my grandma, but you're currently not allowed to cross state borders. So my family's basically planning this heist for this 95-year-old woman so she doesn't have to be in the area that's too cold by herself in the winter.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to legally exchange that package, so they're gonna have to like go back roads in like multiple cars across states to deliver grandma to the north. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but just today there was this dude walking past me with no mask. I had to go to the post office, and I stepped around him intentionally when I saw him coming, and he was just walking at me without a mask on. He stopped in his tracks and like very aggressively coughed at me.
Wow.
Like, his response to me moving out of the way was to go, and I was, I said, are you fucking kidding me? And kept walking, but was like, oh, that's where we're at now. That's great. I love that.
What a trash person.
Oh, nice work, James.
See, Penis Car wins.
Yeah, Penis Car wins
James
every
was
time.
the
every time.
shadow, of course.
Aha!
We ordered food today, but they didn't deliver, so I went and picked it up at lunch, and I panicked for a moment because I couldn't find my mask. I was like, can I take my shirt off and wrap it around my face, run in real quick, grab the food, and then put my shirt back on?
It doesn't work because COVID comes out your nipples too.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Whoa.
Oh, I see you changed up from Dick Car.
I did. I changed mine to one every race. I have to change to a more ridiculous car.
God.
Whoa! Someone's dead.
You think that's more ridiculous? Come on.
Well,
Oh my God, what the heck?
That was a hell of a pilot.
You really do look like James Bond. So that's
thank you.
You know, just
Da-na-da.
it's Pride James Bond. He went bright pink. He's finally showing his support for the gays. It's about time.
Can we go to the multiverse where the world's normal and James saw Spectre? Wait, what's the
No
new one
Time to
called?
Die.
No Time to
Oh
Die.
yeah, it would have been out by now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can
Seems
you
like it.
believe
Who
it?
even knows
We
anymore?
were supposed to know the glory of
shit.
Tenet. We just celebrated 10 years of Inception. That's right. That movie's 10 years old. God.
So wait, isn't Tenet still coming out in Fortnite at some point? Because I'm gonna check that out.
It's in Fortnite?
Yeah, I think they're screening the whole thing in Fortnite. Literally the whole
Oh.
movie.
Does Marshmallow
God.
talk over it or something? Like,
Yeah.
It's
No,
funny.
it's-
It's funny to think how much that must have cost, because Christopher Nolan is such like an old school.
I know.
You need to go into a theater and someone needs to be running the crank that does the projector with their hand, kind of like filmmaker.
But I bet you Christopher Nolan wanted to die when that got
Yeah.
signed.
But I feel like he'd have the control. He must know something we don't.
Our RuneScape
James the
gameplay just
Ripper.
went up this week, and I found out that RuneScape 3 has a Funhaus reference in it. It has.
I saw B is for Bruce, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
that's crazy
What?
shit.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
no, it's pretty awesome.
See how the chat's
So,
doing. You know,
final
how's everybody doing?
Everyone log in to Gotham City Imposters this weekend. We're going to be
Oh,
watching
wow.
The Shadow.
Yes.
It's great.
I just went and looked over at the chat, and the most recent thing says meth is legal here in the States, so I'd regret looking at it.
Oh, that's a shame.
What?
Which state?
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
what state?
where
is that?
specifically?
New Mexico or something?
It has to be prescribed by a doctor? Is that true? I don't feel like that's true.
That sounds true.
So Ronnie Coleman, he went on Joe Rogan's podcast and basically just talked about everything. Like, the best thing about bodybuilding is that as soon as the bodybuilders retire, they're like, I was on steroids all the time. Here are all the things I took.
And get all these prescriptions.
And you would get prescriptions for steroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while they're not retired, why is this bus falling?
They won't talk about it?
They're like, how dare you? How dare
Yeah.
you accuse me of such a heinous act? And then as soon as they're like, I'm retired from bodybuilding and I want to sell protein now. And they're like, I use steroids every day of my life and I'm filled with testosterone. But one of the things he said was that everything he took was legal. He would go to a doctor and get a prescription for it.
What kind of steroids would they give you a prescription for?
Like any kind of test, you need it. They would give it growth hormone.
And it's funny to think because he's like 6 foot. He's probably like 6'7", 330 pounds of pure muscle. And then he has to go to a doctor and say, I'm worried about my testosterone levels. And the doctor goes, you may be onto something. Let me prescribe to you D-ball. I want to meet that doctor.